So today is lower day A, which means we're gonna squat and really drill home some quad focus workouts, right? The day B's don't have any major compound movements. They're all supplementary stuff. And then the day A's are all focused on trying to get better at compounds. So obviously I'm starting off with a squat today. There was at one point where I went for the closed frame of the power rack, but I think I'm gonna stick with the open. It just kind of makes more sense, especially for today, because I can't really move my neck to the right now. Like I can, it is as far as I can go, but it just kind of hurts. But do my warm-ups as per usual when I squat without it being like heavyweight. Don't have my knee brace on. Don't have shoes on. It's just me and my socks right now. I'm probably... That's better. Yeah, for the most part, I think just take it like kind of light today. So I think the highest I'm gonna go, it's like 405. Yeah, that sounds about right. Nothing uber crazy. But we'll see. So yesterday I had the chance to talk with my editor, my brother, and he gave me some pretty good advice on what I should do going forward and whatnot. I also think that I'm going to try and talk more during my rest phases and stuff, but that's only if I have the energy to. Like at the end of last video, I'm pretty sure I stopped talking, not like entirely, but majorly. I was very tired towards the end of that, but I think mainly I was just kind of doing a lot yesterday. So it was a lot of reps, a lot going on. So you can't really blame me for being tired. At least I don't think so. But today I'm gonna actively try and be more chatty. I don't really know what to talk about just yet. I've had a pretty uneventful past few days, IMO, or in my opinion. So I don't know. But let's get this done. Okay, a little wobbly on one of them. I think we'll be able to see it. Like, it felt super wobbly, but it's because I was thinking about my knee. And it completely threw off my concentration for like 2 reps. But give me a moment. There's something I need to look at. So I'm gonna put 2 Reds on. I'll put my knee sleeve on. You know, the usual. We'll go up from there. Trying to make a more conscious effort of drinking water. I think that's probably where the kink is coming from. I don't think the creatine is, the source of the kink, but it's certainly going to aid it. Because like creatine, increases the water retention in your body, but if there's no water to hold on to, then it'll kind of just dry you out. And it can lead to all kinds of issues. Like, if I'm not mistaken, one of the bigger issues from mismanaged creatine, or I guess dehydrated creatine use, is like kidney damage. So, if you're not taking good care of your hydration, then your body suffers, which is kind of like a no-brainer. It's just like, yeah, if I'm taking this substance and I'm not doing what I need to do to manage it, and of course my body's going to suffer. But for some people, that isn't like a one-to-one connection. Some people, they're just kind of like, oh, I can take creatine and get bigger. And then, kind of forget that it comes with an additional maintenance. And for some people, it kind of doesn't matter because they're already drinking, a gallon or so, a liter of water a day anyway. So for them, they might notice that they're a little thirstier. But other than that, for some people, there's no real difference. Just depending on how hydrated they are. I won't lie, today I am feeling a bit parched. I don't know why. Haven't done anything new. I actually missed my creatine last night because I thought about it. I definitely did. By the time I got in bed, I was kind of just like, I'll do it tomorrow. So today I have to take two serving sizes. So it's like there's that maintaining phase and there's the loading phase. I take a loading phase serving size, which kind of doesn't matter, but it's still something I gotta do, something I gotta be aware of for later today. Oh. Whew. Man, it's so good to sit down. Quick shout out to my brother's friends, whose names I didn't get, but I know there are 2 of you at least watch my videos. I'm thankful for you, and hope that your support continues. Shout out to you guys. But on to other things. So 375 squat. I'm gonna go for 8, more than likely, just like with the other two. So nothing too special here as far as I'm concerned. Whew. I'm gonna do. There's this leg press. I've done it before on camera. It's just the audio for it got deleted, so it's just the video of me doing it. But I would say since then and now, which granted, it's only been maybe 2 weeks, I've gotten stronger. Maybe not by a whole lot, but certainly stronger nonetheless. So I'm looking at it right now, and I hope for the next 30 or so minutes, that's how long I'll probably be here, and no one hops on, because that machine, man, I was wriggling and writhing in pain, but like not in a bad way, because the arc of it's a leg press, so the arc of it is in a way where it doesn't agitate my knee like whatsoever, and I can still like almost completely crease, where your calf touches your hamstring. I can get that far, no pain. My heels are mostly still on the plate, and I can put so much weight on it, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But I'm gonna do that after this, and then go on and do some other stuff. But I think today is gonna be a fairly fantastic squat day. Oh yeah. It's also, I started this at 6:48. 6:58 now, so 10 minutes. But give or take, I could be wrong. I didn't really look at the clock. I came down here at 6:42, stretched, and kind of just mindlessly started recording. And I was like, oh, let me get to it. Didn't think too hard about it. But yeah, I guess this is the part I should put my shoes, actually. Boy, these shoes have seen war, man. Oh, there we go. Yeah, especially this shoe. There's supposed to be a thing over here, right on this thing, that it velcros onto this part over here. Not there. It dry rotted off. Most of this shoe is starting to just come apart and whatnot. But I feel like in one way or another, bound to happen. These are the first and only shoes I've had as far as lifting and whatnot goes. So I knew they weren't gonna live forever. But it still hurts to see them in this condition. When I think that had I been more proactive about my care for them, they might have lived a little longer. They're playing Drake. I'm not a huge Drake fan. Told you for 8. Oh, I'm trying to think what I could do to go up by and then move into a 6 to 4 range for 2 sets. I don't know. I could put a red on there and then bring me up to 4. Shit. It's 375. That's just 265. So I think it'd be 485. I don't know if I'm at the point now where I can do almost 500 for. Actually, probably can. So I'll put a yellow on, and I have to get 4 or 5 with the yellow on. Then my top set be 485 for 3 or 4. That sounds like a smart way to do it. Changed my form at the beginning of this, not by a lot, just a little more stacked, so I can use my butt. It's made coming up a lot easier. I was talking to my mom about, look at those yellows, about how Chinese powerlifters and Olympic lifters, when they squat, they leverage their short femurs so that they can get their butt under the weight as quick as possible, and the rest of the motion kind of just turns into a standing hip thrust, or you're kind of just clenching your cheeks coming forward. That's, in my observation, how they do it, and I have been thoroughly impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to emulate that as a 6'2" guy. Not super easy, but getting my butt under regardless makes a difference, because then I would say it trivializes the rest of the lift, but it certainly makes that transition from going or coming down, going up a lot easier. Is that rotation of hips, using that rotational energy, hips under, and you come up, you kind of spring, right? It is an extremely helpful tip. Like I was saying yesterday, people are not the enemy. You come to the gym and try to learn from other people as much as you can. But there's always going to be someone who's been doing this longer in different places than you, and they might have techniques that might seem foreign to you. And don't let new things scare you. I've seen people do strange shit in the various gyms that I've been in, and each time I'm like, that's really weird. But I'm like, let me give it a try at the very least before I conclude that it's weird, right? The initial observation, yes, is weird, but that can't be my final analysis of whatever I'm seeing. So I'm like, let me give it a try. Sure enough, that should be weird, but I gave it a try, and some of those things I still do. So, but I know this point originated with Chinese lifters and how they do things, and I must say, they do things very proficiently. They're all so compact and powerful, but that's what I've been trying to take away from them in my lifts, is being compact and powerful as much as possible. So that's what I'm trying to stack. Like my legs are just shoulder length apart, barely so. And, I'm coming down. And instead of it being like knees over toes directly, I'm more straight, sternum up, so that when I'm coming down, it's not there's no lean to it, and the weight should be right over my arch over my foot. So when I'm coming up, I can bring my butt under without worrying about falling backwards or anything. But, minor tweaks, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that'll get me back to 635. Because before my ACL tear, I was kind of just doing what felt right, I wasn't trying to be as smart. Now, granted, I was smart about how I lifted, otherwise I would have gotten injured a lot sooner. But I wasn't thinking super duper hard about it. Nah, I gotta think harder. Drake or I don't know what this is, but it sounds like a hype in Drake. So, if I'm not mistaken, I said 4 or 5 for this. I need grips. Okay, so got 4. Don't think I should go up. Not because the strength isn't there. I just think it's not going to be 3 or 4 like I'm hoping. So, one more set of this. And then we go down to, I guess there's 2 reds for 10. And then, over to the leg press. Man. The main issue there, hip flexion, and for that last rep, my butt shot all the way out. Wasn't stacked. I was very much so, but it's okay. See things, notice things, see what you can improve upon, make adjustments, keep going forward. Whew. Hurt my wrist just a bit. But bound to happen. Had a very lackadaisical grip and was relying a little more on that upper back shelf rather than my hands. So, yeah. Ooh, now they're playing Alice in Chains. This is good stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like tired. I'm not really tired per se. I was just more like collecting my thoughts in that moment. 7:12 now. So I think I'm more or less on track for things that I need to be doing. But good stuff nonetheless. And then so I'm gonna do this again, right? And I go down in just 2 reds, do that, and the leg press. And then I know people are like, oh, what's up with the leg press, right? What do you think? Hamstrings. And after hamstrings, probably gonna do adductors. We'll see though. That's probably what it's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. Some dude on the way has like ginormous triceps. I see him like he turns to the side and I looked at his whole arm and I was like, that's a tricep dominant physique, you know? And he's got like no bicep. I was like none, but tricep, bicep. Anyway. Do this again. Water. Also, I want to point out really quick, it's like all the people in this gym are to my left, 4 to my right, nobody in front of me. It's like never happens. Even when I come in the mornings. I'm glad that this neck thing that I got going on isn't affecting my grip or anything. That would really fucking suck, I'm not gonna lie. But it's just affecting fucking turn my head. I'm gonna try and go for 3 or 4. Yeah. One more. Man, oh man. Remember to brace your core, kids. I would have crumbled without proper bracing. Fuck. I had improper glute engagement on that last leg, specifically that last rep. So now one glute feels tighter and higher than the other. Ooh, shit. Oh. Mobility is extremely important for anything that you do, quite honestly. But really, really important for compound motions. Otherwise, you'll feel awkward. Awkward and off balance. But the way I see that awkwardness is just part of lifting. You know, something you gotta encounter on your own and figure out your own ways to get over it. Because my attempts at stretching might not work for you, or the things that I do, kind of just rocking back and forth, trying to stretch out that strained region, also might not work for you. But I don't think it's that big a deal. It should never be something that you let stop you from doing anything else. Yes. I saw someone walk by the thing that I'm gonna do next, but they didn't stop there. I insist that we finish up here though. Okay. Hopefully I don't, fucking bone smash my wrist, specifically this one, into oblivion. Okay. Unload this and go over there. So this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the leg press. I'm not gonna lie, very intimidating on the onset, but it is a absolutely fantastic machine. And I already loaded it. I got 4 plates on. Next will be 6, and I'm hoping that we end at 8. So I got to 7 last time for I think 8 or 9 reps. So with this 4, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with 8 to 10 reps, and then we'll go 8 to 6, and then 6 to 7 reps. Yeah. This thing feels higher than last time though. Bring my feet out a little more. I'm not gonna lie, didn't really count Whew. But I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Now we're gonna add 2 more plates. Whew. Yeah. But since 6 plates are on now, ideally 8 reps, 9 would be cool. And then for the next set, 8 reps would be cool. Ideally 7. So, yeah. And after this set, I'm gonna take my pants off because I don't know. I need to breathe or something. But yeah, pants off, hoodie on, straight business for the rest of the time right here. Yeah, maybe I might keep the hoodie off. I don't know. We'll see. I have a shirt on, so it's like I could. Where's my bag? Oh, okay. Where's the leather? All right. Whew, that was 10. Fuck. Oh. All right. Oof. All right, 2 more plates. 8 more reps. I think I got it. Oh. Whew. All right. Wow, kind of crazy. I didn't even think about that. 16 plates. Anywho, so this will be whatever 16 times 45 is. That's the total weight. I'm not a mathematician, so if someone wants to figure it out, or maybe I'll just put it in there. But I'll probably put it like right here, the total weight. But yeah, I better do this for 7 reps. 8 would be super duper, but I feel like 7's gonna be the upper ceiling just because I've been really hammering home some quads today. And then we'll do hamstrings right after this. Oh, so let's get to it. Ow, my neck. Slowly prime, and then make sure everything is right. Six, 8, 10. Okay, so I got 10. I don't really know what to make of that. Whew. Feels good. Certainly feeling it. I think maybe next time I should just start with 6 instead of the 4. And then go from there. Sorry, y'all, my neck is... I put icy hot on it. I think I'm starting to sweat off the icy hot. So, I'm starting to feel it a little more. But, you know, I guess this is how things are gonna go. Ooh. But let me fuck. Sorry, it's hard getting out of there. But let me finish up here by saying next time start with 6, and then we'll make our way up to 8. And we'll probably do 10, quite honestly, next time. So that'll be 20 freaking plates. That's like what, 45 times 20, 900 pounds. That's pretty crazy, I think. But yeah, I'll probably do that next time. And then next is a hamstring movement. I'm gonna surprise you guys. But that's fine. So all I have is this, then adductors, and then calves. So running out of time, yes, just a little bit, but also uniquely right on time. Oh, good music, difficult decisions. But anyway, we have RDLs here. I'm gonna try and do them straight legs, so it'll be SDDL, straight leg deadlift. I think SDDL. So that's what I'm gonna try and do today, because I'm trying to grow that hamstring. I'm not gonna lie, I got enough glute. So yeah, that's the goal. More hammy. I'm gonna do this weight, see how this feels, and if I go up, it's not gonna be by a lot. At most 20 kilo. So we'll see. 20 kilo puts me at 225. So we'll see. I'll stick with this. All right. Slight bend. Oh, fuck. Oh man, that feels rejuvenating. Not gonna lie. I think I'll go up. Sweat. 15 kilo. The most I've ever done for an RDL was 2 reds and a yellow. So it puts me, what, 50, 65 kilo for RDLs. I did it for, shit, I did it for 8 or 9, I believe. That was a while ago. Isn't weird? Then to just walk through the scene, they keep like going back and forth between different machines. And I know he's a personal trainer, but I feel like you should do all 3, 4, 5, whatever sets you got at one day rather than perusing. But maybe that's just me. I haven't trained anyone in a while, so Maybe the way people train is different now. But I'm still very much so like, if you start a thing, you're gonna finish that thing. I don't care about, your bitching and stuff. If you're in physical pain and it's like, oh, I can't complete the rep, that's different. Wholly feel like that's very different. But that's hardly ever the case in my experience. So, but whatever. We're gonna do this. 2 more sets. Go upstairs, adductors, calves, and then get out of here. I am excited to see what the rest of the day holds for me. Yesterday, right after the gym, fell asleep, and I went to my first class, took notes. Second class was online, so I played Sid Meier's Civilization 6, like that whole day. I had a campaign already going, so I finished it actually. Ended up winning with a science victory. I beat out Germany. They had already started the exoplanet thing, so I had to do all the small projects and stuff to boost your progress. Like it'll say like this will boost it by 1 light year per turn kind of thing. I had to do all that. I ended up overdoing it. I ended up getting to 8 light years. Yeah, 8 light years per turn. So, and he ended up topping out at 3. And he actually launched his shit maybe 6 turns before me. So I ended up beating him by a very substantial margin. I was also at war with some of the cities that had left his empire, so they became free cities. I was at war with those, trying to take those under my wing too. And I had a whole bunch of museums full of things just pumping out culture. I was producing like 700 culture a turn. So if science didn't win, culture was going to, and if culture didn't win, I only needed 2 more diplomatic points to win too. So, but anyway, I finished that before turn 500. That was a good boost to my day yesterday, and then I was with my girlfriend for the rest of the day. So it was a pretty good day as far as I'm concerned. And now I'm at the gym, so I feel like I'm living the life. I was also on the phone with my mom yesterday and my sister, along with my brother. So got to talk with the whole fam. So that was also really great. Good stuff. Good living. Love your family. Take care of your family. If it's reciprocated, don't go out of your way to be abused. TBH. All right. That's good. A little dizzying. Can't lie. I'm gonna sit down, actually. Oh. Whew. Oh. But a good lift nonetheless. Oh, fuck. Good lift nonetheless. Like, I gotta tilt my head so that I'm comfortable. I feel like fucking Rick Grimes. Oh. But, one more set here. Adductors, guys. I had to keep reminding myself I'm getting tired. I'm also thinking about the time. My class isn't until 11 today. But, still, I don't want to be pushing it. My class was at 10 yesterday. I got back and out the shower and was able to lay down. by like 9 something. So I didn't get too much after gym napping in. To clarify, I don't take naps, just long blinks. Need to rest my eyelids. You know, they work very hard. Your eyelids are probably one of the most active muscles in your body, besides your neck and maybe your eyes muscles. I don't know. It makes sense if they were. I feel like they've got all the attributes. Eyes can be trained and stuff. Ocular nerves and stuff. I don't know if they're muscles though. But I know that your eyelids work very hard, day in, day out. Whew. Man, tomorrow is gonna be such a funky fucking day. It's like my butt hurts. Hey. Ooh. Whew. Goodness gracious. So last time I did like street legs, yeah, like that. And the reason I decided to opt for this was obviously to straighten the hip adductor. It's fuck. When muscles are straight, you get more stretch. So stretch to strengthen, stretch to reduce injury in an unusual position, stretch for a better quality of life. Warm up done at 130. We go to 185. Oh. Whew. Shit. Fuck. Ooh. This is gonna be knocked out. This is gonna be knocking me out the most. Is this machine right here? It just absolutely destroys me. In a productive way, but it's still just like fuck, bro, fuck. But you know, for better or worse, it is one of those muscles that I kind of have to train in order to get bigger legs, which I don't mind. I don't mind this machine at all, if I'm being honest. I know some people are very, very against it. It's like, oh, got my legs spread out and yada, yada, yada. But who cares? Some of you spread your legs for worse. All right, that's all 3 sets. I know, super duper quick, and then we're just gonna walk straight over to the calf raise. Just get that done as soon as possible. I'm only gonna do 2 sets there. Oh, it was open, so even better. But yeah, 2 sets here really quick, and then to the posing room, and then skedaddle. I'm not gonna do that much weight. Like I said in one of my way earlier videos, so make it so you can at least see the calf, so it's not boring. But yeah, the reason why I do calf raises isn't to get bigger calves or anything. It's just to make sure that my knee doesn't wig out on me one day. Right. Nice stretch. Engage core. Up. Woo. Nine. 10. Oh. Okay. Yeah, calf is good. Calf is good. I think more people should try and work their calves because their calves need love too. But also, I'd like to say that not only does building good calves make your entire physique look better, but it increases a lot of other things like jumping, running, your walking speed. It also makes you more balanced. Your body sways more with less calf development just because your calves feed directly into your ankle. And if you've got flimsy ankles, well, your balance is going to be shit by extension. So, yeah. But let me do this second set. If I can get out of here. Oof. Whew, nice stretch. Ugh. Eat. Whew. And if you can't tell, yes, calf raises at such lightweight for some people, for such lightweight, very difficult for me. Just I'm missing an ACL. All right, here we are in the posing room, trying to see what we got going on for today. I'm also in a different type of lighting. The one over there is orange, this one's white. So I don't know if it makes that big a difference. I mean, actually, it kind of does make a bigger difference. Let me see if I can. Looks a little better. But yeah, this is the pump for today. Wow, look at those hamstrings. Holy shit. Yeah. If you like what you're seeing and stuff, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a share or a like, a comment. Any kind of engagement is very much appreciated here. And make sure to tell your friends. But also, while we're here, if there's anything that you liked or didn't like, please do let me know, and we'll see what we can do about it, or what I can do about it. I guess it's just me. But yeah, this was my lower day A, and squats and whatnot, and I don't know what to say. Honestly, I didn't do too much, but honestly, it's just a lot of heavy lifting today, which is what A days are supposed to be about for me. So, all a part of the plan as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, if you like what you see, let me know. Give me a follow, or I mean, subscribe, follow, same thing. And I will catch you all in the next video. So thanks.